Vamos a indicar el día, un gusto saludarlos una vez más. Ya sé que tenemos tiempo de no publicar contenido, pero bueno, aquí estamos aprovechando el fin de año y no solo con los especiales que ya tenemos acostumbrados, ya sea aquí o en el sitio web, sino también entrevistas. Ahora, a continuación, tenemos un invitado bastante especial y en una ocasión muy particular. No vamos a hablar completamente de indicar hoy porque Bryan Herta, algunos lo conocen como el papá de Colton, otros como el expiloto de kart IRL American Le Mans, pero no tantos lo conocen como el dueño de Bryan Herta Motorsport, que es dentro de unos días, 12 y 13 de diciembre, fecha muy particular, porque es entre semana, se realizarán las 24 horas de la Ciudad de México, las 24 horas de México de la categoría de la Copa Noti Auto, de Ramón Osorio, que le mandamos un saludo, pero él no viene a correr, sino que viene a, ahorita van a ver por qué, que nos lo cuente él, pero bueno, ya tiene bastante tiempo que Brian no viene a la Ciudad de México, así que pues le damos la bienvenida de una vez, Brian. So nice to see you. Before beginning, I remember, well, it's been a while since you came here to race. I remember not here in Mexico City, but in Monterrey during the Champ Car days more than 20 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, so I never raced at the track in Mexico City, but I did race in Monterey, both in Indy cars, and also I did one time in A1GP.
That's right. That's right. But a long time ago, right?
A long time ago, another lifetime ago.
Exactly. So, uh, interesting news that we received during the week. You are making business with one of the Mexican teams in Copa Nutiao. Tell us about that.
So we've been competing with Hyundai in the United States for several years now. And we've been racing in the TCR category in endurance races here in IMSA. And we've been growing. We've been also supporting teams in Canada and actually into South America. And now this is exciting for us because this will be our first time to compete in Mexico. So we've partnered with a team there, Orea Racing, which is a very successful team in Mexico. And we're bringing the Elantra N TCR, and they're going to compete next week in Mexico City in the 24 Hours of Mexico City. And we'll be supporting them with some people and some technical support for the car. But this is a new adventure for us.
What have you learned in general in terms of develop this program, the TCR program, alongside Hyundai in several years now?
Yes. We never stop learning. That's the great thing about racing is we're always learning something new. And, Mexico City will present an all new challenge. We've had a lot of success with the Elantra N TCR car in the US, and the car competes all over the world. It actually won the World Touring Car Championship this year. So it's a very successful car, but Mexico City is a unique track. Everybody knows it's a very high elevation in Mexico City. So for the engine, for the brakes, for cooling, a little bit for the aerodynamics, everything is affected by this. And so this will be a new challenge for the car. And again, a chance for us with a 24-hour race. It's a very long race. So to work with a very good local team in Orea Racing and to learn more about the car and hopefully do a good race and bring a good result for Hyundai.
What are your expectations, not obviously not racing, but in the business side of things? Have you already received any requests from other teams, or you are going to look at that during these days?
So that is the goal. Mexico has such a very passionate fan base for motorsport. They follow, Checo in Formula One and Pato in IndyCar, but there isn't as big, strong local racing culture, and we see this car and this championship is someplace that can really grow within the country. So we want to support that, both with the Ray Ross Racing, as you said, but also, I'll be there, and we're bringing members of our team, and we'll be speaking with other teams and drivers, and we hope to find other teams that want to compete with the Elantra N in Mexico throughout various championships.
Okay. Well, obviously overall in the year with the program, obviously a great success with the championship you got with Robbie and his team, but it was an enormous achievement for you as a group, right?
So yeah, so this year in the U.S., uh, we won the manufacturer championship with Hyundai and the team championship, but in a very exciting way, we won the driver championship with Harry Gottsacker and Robert Wickens. And of course, Robert, after his big IndyCar accident in Pocono a few years ago, is partially paralyzed. And so he drives the car completely with hand controls. So gas, brake, steering, shifting, everything only on the steering wheel. And I think he's the first driver to win a major motorsports championship in this way.
Mhm.
So we're very proud to see him back competing and winning and racing, but also for Hyundai to show that the big part of N is to show the fun and performance in driving and to show anything is possible. And I think Robert Wickens showed anything is possible to come back from his injuries and to win a championship. So we're very, very proud.
On the technical side, it has been that challenging to develop a specific program with all the needs that Robert needs to have.
So the hand control car is a particular challenge. It's not something that's finished. We continue to work to develop to improve the system. I mean, it's incredible what Robert's achieved, but there's still limitations currently that he has to deal with the system that don't work exactly as well as maybe a driver who's using the brake pedal and the gas pedal to drive the car in a more normal way. So we're always trying to refine the system, make it better, so that the goal is to see Robert have a system that he could put into any race car and he could go compete in any championship and win races. And so we're still on that path with him, but already we've seen a lot of success and we're very proud about that.
And in regards to that continuing evolution, has there been any approach with the IndyCar people, or because he has expressed his desire to go back to the Indy 500? I don't know if has there been any progress in that regard.
Well, I think it's a goal, it's a target for him. I think to get back in an IndyCar and even just to drive an IndyCar would be a major dream for him. And what we're doing right now, proving technology, proving his capability, I think will open up a lot of future opportunities for him.
Well, now in the IndyCar side of things, overall the year has been challenging for you, obviously as Colton's father and as part of the Andretti group. Wins with Kyle, but also many highs and lows during the year, right?
Yeah, racing is this way sometimes. Colton had a challenging year, not the year he was hoping to have it all. And really, as a group with Andretti Autosport, I think our expectations are much higher than what we achieved for 2023. So I know they're doing a lot of work currently with the team. They've been testing a lot, preparing a lot, and I expect and hope that we'll see a much more competitive effort. We've getting a little bit smaller, actually, going from 4 cars to 3 cars. We brought Marcus Ericsson on, who's won many IndyCar races now and is an Indy 500 champion. So to have him as part of the team alongside Kyle Kirkwood and Colton Herta, we think gives us a much stronger position to work and to go forward for the coming year.
And now having worked with Kyle during this year, what have you learned from him? What has the main advice that you have given to him, and how has been that relationship during this season?
As a former driver, I always find it interesting and really enjoy working with drivers. And they're all unique and different, and they have a different way to approach the problem of making a race car go fast around a track. And Kyle's no different. He shows all the attributes of a winner and a champion. He's won 2 races this year, and he's already achieving a lot in his young career. He's still growing and developing and getting better. So for me, it's less about what I'm teaching. I feel like I learn as much as I ever teach anybody. And so, I think working with him is a lot of fun because he's there to win and compete. And also it allows me to stay close to my son within the Andretti team and watch him and what he does. So for me, it's just a privilege to be able to work in the team in this way.
That's great. Obviously, this week there's been some news from IndyCar that the timetable to introduce the hydro system changed for the second half of the season. As a member of a big team, what do you think about it? It's been some interesting news about that.
For us as a team, we adapt. It's our job to, take whatever the rules are or whatever they tell us to go race with and try and do that the best we can. So it's not a big problem, frankly, for us. I'm disappointed for the fans. I know that, they expected us to be at the start of the year with hybrid, but yeah, I don't even have all the information, but I guess it wasn't possible. And so hopefully they've made the right decision by delaying so that when it does come out, it can be done properly.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, for me, it doesn't matter that much. I focus on the racing performance side and trying to achieve results. So whatever motor we have in the back, whatever aero rules or whatever, things change from year to year, the goal is still to bring home the biggest trophy every week.
Were you attending any of the tests, for example, at Indianapolis?
No, I didn't attend any of the hybrid tests, actually. Obviously, Colton, the drivers, they were all attending, watching, learning. Even it was interesting to show you how important it is and how different it is. Normally, like if we go test with one car, just the driver that's driving attends the test. But in these days with the hybrid car, all our drivers wanted to attend, even when it wasn't their turn to test the car. They were there watching, learning. And so the one thing that's kind of nice about the hybrid is it's something new for us. It's exciting for us to learn a new system and how to optimize it. And the drivers are taking all that really seriously. And I think it brought the team together in a really good way because all the drivers together working is a little bit unusual. Normally they're all driving their own cars. And so if there's a positive so far that came from it, I think that was really good for us.
Yeah, and because of that, also there was this opinion that the smaller teams haven't had any time of testing. So I don't know how much advantage.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always two sides of a coin. And yes, you can learn some things, but also you spend a lot of time fixing problems. And, in the beginning of a development program like this, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But it's important and somebody has to do it. So usually the big teams are the ones that have the budget and the people to be able to move these type of technologies forward on track. So I think it's natural in motorsport to be this way.
Okay, so well, to close out the interview, where do you come to Mexico?
So I'll be there next week in Mexico City. I'm coming for the race with Orea to support them and cheer for them and also to talk to other teams and drivers interested in the Hyundai Elantra N TCR car. So I always loved competing in Mexico and so I'm looking forward to going back to the F1 track in Mexico City is fantastic and spending some time there next week. And then let's see, maybe we can come back with IndyCar soon. I would love that too.
Hopefully, everyone here hopes to that to happen.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Perfect. Well, Bryan, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thanks so much.
Bueno, pues ahí tiene la plática con Bryan Herta. Bueno, si tienen oportunidad de ir a la carrera, obviamente están ahí los boletos disponibles en el sitio oficial que tenemos acá en México, pero bueno, si no, también podrán seguir la carrera en el canal de YouTube de Copa Norte. Y bueno, también aprovechamos para ponernos al tanto con Bryan sobre las noticias que se dieron durante esta semana y que por supuesto ahondaremos con el señor Alonso dentro de los próximos días y también los acostumbrados especiales de fin de año con todo el equipo de IndyCar al día. Así que, bueno, A nombre de todos, se despide Eduardo Olmos, les agradecemos que nos hayan acompañado y pues nos vemos en la próxima.